Now it is against the motion from the Mymensingh Girls Cadet College. I'd like to invite Cadet Rafa to speak against the motion.
Imagine the world as a huge canvas where we can paint our expressions, feelings, thoughts, and experiences instead of color. Well, fear no more, because it's not an imagination anymore. It's reality, and it's social media. Most honorable moderator, thank you for giving me the floor. As expected, my dearest opponent has diverged us from the topic, misguiding us, even though our most knowledgeable first speaker of the House has already redefined it. And now I, the second speaker of the opposition team, am here to break down some of the misconceptions left by my teams. Now, my dearest opponent, you've kept on singing the same song, saying that social media was the cause of making the youth antisocial. But let me remind you, my dearest opponent, social media was created in the first place to attribute to your antisocial factors. Likewise, my dearest opponent, you've questioned my judgment on the topic, but let me question you. If social media really does make people antisocial, then why was it created in the first place? What purpose does it serve? And if so, why do 93% of the world's youth percentage use social media? According to UNFPA, 25% submit content on a daily basis, 21% raise awareness on a daily basis, my dearest opponent. So don't even start with mentioning the fact that social media causes cyberbullying, FOMO, anxiety, depression, terrorism, or anything that fits your anarchist, antisocial little society, because clearly your statistics haven't been tended to the fact that among a study of psychology today, within a mere 1,000 teens, 80% have been more connected, 67% have been given support, and 58% are more accepted in social media rather than their physical lives. The fact that you've mentioned the parents' issues, my dearest opponent, the fact that children are now pushing themselves away from their families, my dearest opponent, it's not social media's fault. Rather, it's the parents' fault themselves. It's the parents who dug their own graves, because the fact that they've been pushing away their family is due to their parents not monitoring their child properly. Now, most honorable moderator and my dearest opponent, you may tell me that what if under certain circumstances the parents can't take care of their children properly? Well then, I suggest you tell those parents to go to the back of the app, tap on settings, and tap on parental mode. It takes only 3 taps to monitor your child, and you don't even have to look after them for 24 hours. And the fact that you've even tracked this topic is quite humorous, because according to UNFPA and civicscience.com, only 40% of the world's parents don't monitor their children, while the other 60%, the majority 60% do. It's only either the parent's fault or the child's fault for not being able to handle social media properly. My dearest opponent, you've kept on telling me that social media was the sole cause for being influenced in the wrong way. But let me remind you, social media was the one that created the Movers program conducted by UNDP with over 200,000 social entrepreneurs and youth participants. 9,500 entrepreneurs were created due to this program, and 1,200 enterprises caused due to the youth. My dearest opponent, blaming social media for making people antisocial is like blaming book readers because they'd rather sit all day in the corner of the room reading Harry Potter and talk about the weather rather than socializing. Now, you've sang the same song saying social media was to blame, but you forgot the ones behind the screens are us. It is us that are to blame for social media addiction. My dearest opponent, social media never came up to you and said, use me, come here. No, my dearest opponent, it was us consciously who were using social media. It was us that followed that person who was misguiding us. Social media never made the follow button more attractive for us. Social media was always the one who was neutral. It was us who were misguided. It is not the gun, my dearest opponent, but the man behind the gun. Social media will only come off as addictive once we use it as a drug. So, you're saying social media has caused an increase in cyberbullying or terrorism or anything that influences in misguidance. My dearest opponent, just like how your parents taught you about stranger danger, you have to teach your children about the things that happens, the dangers that happen in social media as well, is the parents' fault for not being able to teach their children properly. It's not social media's fault. I repeat, what we're trying to motion here is social media is not the cause for making a generation of antisocial youth. Rather, it is us for misusing it. It is our fault for not being able to fostering it properly. Leaving that note, I like to end here. Thank you all.